Okay, so good afternoon and welcome to the inaugural event of the community not-for-profit organization Canada Maple Foundation. We're honored to have you with us today, and we're especially pleased to have the Premier of Alberta, Honorable Danielle Smith, as our chief guest. Before we begin, we would like to remind you to please keep your phones on silent during the event. This will allow us to be a little bit more cognizant and respectful in this focused environment and ensure that we can all fully engage with the program. However, please feel free to take pictures or videos of the event and share with your networks. Thank you very much. To begin, I would like to invite Tuba Tariq to acknowledge the land that we're gathered on.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin this program, I would like to take a moment to recognize the Indigenous nations who have lived and cared for this land for thousands of years before us. We acknowledge the Blackfoot, Blood, Piikani, Siksika, and Stoney Nakoda nations, who signed Treaty 7 in 1877. We also acknowledge their ongoing connections to the land and the pain and sufferings they have faced due to colonialism and its hereafter effects. And on that note, going forward, we will commit to building relationships based on trust, mutual understanding, and most of all, compassion. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come here today and be a part of this event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tuba, for sharing this beautiful acknowledgement with us. It's going to be a very interesting event. We're dedicated and we want to make sure that we can do this right. So the whole proceeding will take about an hour, after which lunch will be served, and you're welcome to roam around after that and communicate with whoever's in this room. So let's get started. My name is Tuba Khatnoon. I'm honored to serve as your MC. As a dedicated economic professional, I've had the privilege to work in 2 different roles in the past. So I've been an economist at Calgary Economic Development for about 5 years, and after which I worked at Prairie's Economic Development Canada. Just recently, I am at an organization called the Canadian Food Innovation Network, and I'm the regional director there. Additionally, I'm proud to serve on the board of the Musqueam Women's Shelter, and recently joined the Canada Maple Foundation as a director. We're here today to celebrate the inauguration of Canada Maple Foundation. It's a not-for-profit organization that is dedicated to supporting and empowering individuals in Alberta's South Asian community. This event marks the beginning of a new chapter for our organization. We're excited to share that all that we have planned for you is going to be an interesting event. As a not-for-profit dedicated to supporting the needs of our community, we've been working hard to create a program that is engaging, informative, and meaningful. This program will take approximately 60 minutes, after which we will open for lunch. We also want to extend a warm welcome to our honored guests, including the Premier of Alberta, Honorable Danielle Smith. Thank you very much. Your presence here today is a testament of the importance of our work, and we're grateful for your support. We hope that you take this opportunity to connect with others in the community, learn more about the mission of Canada Maple Foundation, and have a great time. We will begin the program by reciting the Holy Quran as a way to honor and respect our faith and traditions. We hope that this will set the tone for a meaningful and inspiring event. Can I please invite Muhammad Sahim Salman to the stage to perform the Holy Quran, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله في سبيل الله ثم لا يتبعون ما أنفقوا منا ولا أذى لهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. So I'll read the English translation for that. It says that the example of those who spend their wealth in the way of God is like a seed of grain which grows 7 spikes. In each spike is 100 grains, and Allah multiplies His reward for whom He wills. And Allah is all-encompassing and knowing. Those who spend their wealth in God's cause and do not follow their spending with reminders of their benevolence or hurtful words will have their rewards with their Lord. No fear for them, nor will they grieve.
Jazakallah. Thank you for this beautiful recitation of the Holy Quran. Now, I would like to invite Jamshed Qureshi, who is the esteemed General Secretary of Canada Maple Foundation, and my wonderful father, to say a few words. Now, Mr. Qureshi has been a very valuable member to our community, and we're very honored to have him with us tonight. He's a media professional, a journalist, and a consultant with a master's degree in economics. He also has training from media and journalism from different Canadian film schools, and he served as a professor at several universities in Pakistan. We look forward to hearing his thoughts on the importance of the work that we do here and the impact of Canada Maple Foundation on this community. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Qureshi to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. So welcome to our all guests, community members, and the Honorable Premier of Alberta, Daniel Smith. So we are happy to find you here with us. That's good for all of us. So I would like to go very quick, and because we have some speakers in line. First, I want to introduce what is the Canada Maple Foundation. So as perhaps you got some idea from the material on your table, that Canada Maple Foundation is a non-profit and a non-government organization, and it's Alberta based, and it's a very first gathering for our community with us.
And our main objective is a threefold. I'll explain later, but our main target community is the South Asian community. So in Alberta, South Asians are the third largest segment of the community here, but it's I think the top most visible minority in Canada this time. So, you know, the South Asians, they belong to almost 7 and 8 countries from South Asia: Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and the Maldives. South Asian community is very resilient. It has a lot of potentials. They are highly motivated, so very struggling, and because they are, historically speaking, they are the product of the amalgamation of different civilizations from that part of the world. And good thing is that they live for their families. They live in the extended family system and the joint family systems. And though we have seen that they are socially and politically participating in all 3 levels of government, federal and the provincial, but we see that they are far behind in the participating in the municipality level. So this is one of the reasons that we are working for this community. But there are certain barriers for our people, for our community to move forward. One is that they are living in the ethnic enclaves. We don't call it K2, but due to family reasons, due to the community reasons, and due to the friendly environment, they prefer to live in ethnic enclaves, and most of them are living in the suburbs. Although many of them are living in the Calgary and Edmonton, but you find that there are certain enclaves where they are living. Other thing is that they are facing some kind of cultural taboos, or you can say some religious things. So due to these things, they are very hesitant to connect with the mainstream, you can say the Canadian discourse. And this is the reason they cannot reach to the sport services providers. And this is also the reasons that it's very hard for them to connect with the institutions, with the organization, and with the mainstream Canada. Anyhow, so this is the reason that they are suffering from issues and problems too, like the mental health issues, domestic violence, unemployment, social segregation, and generation gap between their first generation and the Canadian-born population. So these are the issues taking into consideration what we thought with our deep study. We thought that we are going to focus 3 action areas. So for CMF Canada Maple Foundation's 3 areas, number 1 is the healthy mindset. We want to work on the healthy mindset for the emotional, for the psychological, and for the social well-being. Second was the economic empowerment. For the economic empowerment, we are going to focus on the market-oriented technical, entrepreneurial, and the managerial skills, and to help them for the job, the business, for the certification, licensing, and for the credential assessment. Third our area is the civic engagement. So we want to connect them with the groups, with the community organizations, with the government institutions, and with our special community partners who are already working on such issues. So Canada Medical Foundation is focusing on these 3 main areas, and the good thing is that we have some strengths. Though this is newly born organization, but our strengths are that one thing we are going to focus on family. Second thing, we are engaging our youth, and youth are our volunteer team. And third one is that we have our own media network. So our web TV channel, Maple TV, is already active. We have 5,000 plus subscribers, and we are already producing the programs. So in coming time, we'll produce more. Good thing is that we have our own office, our website is functional, our Facebook is functional, we have a production team, we have the state-of-the-art technology, and we have a good team of directors. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Baba. I'm proud to now introduce Saima Arshid. He's the director at Canada Maple Foundation. Saima is a highly skilled financial advisor with Beeline Financial Corporation. She's also a very dedicated community activist. She has a particular focus on supporting children with special needs, including Down syndrome and ADHD and behavioral issues. And within the Canada Maple Foundation, Saima is responsible for cultural affairs and family development. We're fortunate to have Saima's expertise and passion on our team. Please join me in welcoming her.
Thank you so much, Huba, for such a nice introduction. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today to celebrate the inauguration of Canada Maple Foundation. As my friend told you, my name is Saima Arshid, and I feel honored to be the part of this important initiative. I've been working with the community for a long time here, and I want to express my true gratitude towards all of you for your enduring support. As we all know, we are all going through hard times, and especially COVID-19 pandemic that has affected all of us so negatively, and that has affected our mental health so much in all the communities. So it is very important that all of us come together to support each other, to address the issues and challenges we are all facing. Our life stressors could affect all of our mental health and could negatively impact our work and our family lives. Issues like unemployment, inflation, domestic violence, inability to access the relevant help and resources they all result in a poor quality of mental health and then the physical well-being as well. Unfortunately, mental health issues are often stigmatized, and people may feel ashamed and they feel reluctant to seek any kind of help a lot of times. Keeping in view of ever-changing demographic and diversity, we came together to start this organization. The purpose of Canada Maple Leaf Foundation is to produce frequent help to those who may not be able to access the counseling and other services. We offer in-person and online counseling to offset all the barriers to be helped. We are committed to promote positive thinking and a healthy mindset. Not only do we work towards the destigmatization and awareness of the taboo issues, but also we focus on promoting healthy mindset, providing tips and tools that would help us unlearn the negative behavioral patterns and focus towards the positiveness on our lives. We are all fortunate enough to be living in a country like Canada, where we have access to all the help and resources 24/7. However, we also recognize that the mental health challenges can affect anyone regardless of their circumstances. That's why we are all looking forward to work in collaboration with the community leaders and the lead service providers so that we can all build productive and successful communities. I am sincerely indebted to all my motivated team that has came together to work so selflessly to work for the communities. I hope our organization will make a positive difference towards the lives of those who we serve. Thank you so much once again for your support and being here today. Together we can all build happier, healthier, productive, and successful communities. Thank you once again. Thank you, Huba.
Thank you very much, Saima. This was incredible. There's two more people left until we invite the premier up, and it seems like there's a few volunteers on the right side here that want to give a bouquet of flowers to the premier. So we'll allow them to do that. They're all children and teenagers, and we just want to kind of support that and facilitate that.
It should be on that side or here?
No, that's good. That's good. We don't need to bring her up to the stage at this point, so we're good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, moving on, we now are inviting to the stage Mr. Ahmed Shakil. He is another director of Canada Maple Foundation. Mr. Ahmed is a very highly respected journalist, publisher, and he is the executive director at the Pakistani newspaper called The Canadian Times. In addition to his professional accomplishments, he's a very dedicated community activist who has contributed significantly to organizations such as the Canada National Institute for the Blind, the Mustard Seed Organization, and Canadians for Global Care Society. He's actively participated in numerous campaigns and has lots of awareness and community development experience. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage.
Thank you so very much, Uba, first of all, for a nice introduction. I'm not able to convince my feelings. I'm a simple like word. So, on behalf of the Canada Medical Foundation, I would like to say, first of all, thank you for all of our invitees, honorable our ministers, and our Premier of Alberta, Daniel Smith, who provide us special attention and time for this inaugural ceremony. So the best thing is that, you know, I am a historian too. Daniel Smith is the first female official opposition leader of Alberta. She became in 2012. So she is the first official female opposition leader in Alberta history. So now she become our premier. So thank you so very much. And now gradually we are moving to a female domination society. So my topic is a little different, and for this occasion I would like to say once again our good friends all the time available for community services, Minister Rajan Sani, Davinder Toor, our MLA for Parliamentary Secretary for the multiculturalism and immigration, Jeremy Nixon, my good friend, Mickey Emery, and our former MLA, Mo Emery, who started the politics almost like 30-40 years ago. As you know, the Canada Maple Foundation is just, we created a few months ago, and today we have a big celebration or inaugural ceremony, and we have more platforms or more avenues to conquer. So my topic is for the economic empowerment. The economic well-being of individuals has a significant impact on community capacity building. When people are empowered through education, training, employment, and skills, it gives them a financial stability and a sense of identity within their community, enabling them to take control of their own life. That is why Canada Maple Foundation, we prioritize empowerment, empowering youth, women, and seniors in order to achieve their gender equality and strengthening families. To achieve this, we plan to connect with our community partners and collaborators to provide market-oriented technical, entrepreneurial, and managerial skills that will help individuals secure appropriate jobs and business development. We will also assist them with the credential assessment, licensing processes, as well as equivalencies and other projects, and also for the business support. Additionally, we will host job fairs, mentorship program, and training workshops to facilitate skill transferability. Communication also play a key role or a vital role in empowering people, which is why our organization has our own media channel or media platform called Maple TV and Maple Media. These will provide a platform for organization or organizing free community seminars, talk shows, and panel discussion that will enhance confidence, critical thinking, and leadership in professional and business sphere of life. Thank you once again for your support and for being here today. Together we can work towards empowering individuals and strengthening our community. God bless you. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got one last person to come in and speak. He's a very important one. He's the president of this not-for-profit organization, and as I invite him, he will then introduce the Premier to come up and speak a little bit. So I would now like to invite Tariq Khan, the esteemed president of Canada Maple Foundation, to the stage. Mr. Tariq is a highly skilled real estate specialist with a university degree in economics and political science, and he also has a law degree. Wow. In addition to his role as the president of Canada Maple Foundation, he is also the president of Kashmir Canada Association and a former general secretary of the Pakistan Canada Association. He's also served as a board member of Calgary Cross, and please join me in welcoming him to the stage.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's good afternoon, still good afternoon. I'm very humbled, grateful. I know that it's a holiday season. Thank you so much, Premier. You took your precious time, holiday time. I know that you have been working a lot from last 8 months consecutive for the betterment of Albertans. First of all, I would love to say a few words, Premier, when we met last time, I met with few colleagues, there were 12, 13, and you asked me, what are the issues, Tariq? You asked me, what do you expect from me? And I said, this time, everything will be unconditional. But when you become a premier, we will ask many things. So time has come, ladies and gentlemen. Now our premier is along with us and we have a lot to say. I have been serving this community, working with this community for the last 25 years in different capacities. I was Vice President of Kashmir Canada Association. I was working with local organizations along with Pakistan Canada Association. But let me clear, I'm not the President of Kashmir Canada Association at this time. I was President in 2000. And then 2000 to 2004. So I'm former President of Kashmir Canada Association. Anyways, so what we thought, you need to serve this community. Which way can you do that? We have been talking, me and Jamshid for the last 6 years, that how to deliver for this community. And 7 months before, or 6 months, 5 months, he said that let's go and register and open it. I said, no, we will wait. When Danielle Smith become a premier and she will inaugurate it. Here you go. Thank you so much for doing that. We are living in the quadrant of city that Madam Premier, in some riding, more than 81% ethnic community lives there. And our communities are wonderful communities, but there are certain taboos, especially from my country, even India subcontinent. People do not want to share their problems, especially their kids' negativities, to the other people because they feel ashamed of that. We have lost precious lives because of the drugs, because of the gang violence, because of overdoses. And after this pandemic, Madam Premier, lots of domestic violence on this region especially. We need lots of assistance for that. So we need to bring all those people, especially we will encourage them to take the membership, whichever party they want, whichever association they want, they need to integrate with the mainstream. And I'm very humbled and privileged. Let me clear all of you guys, we did not invite any of the minister or MLA in this. They came just by themselves with Premier, because we didn't want that they will take all of our time. If we invite them, we have to give them a stage. But thank you so much. They're all my friends, starting from the Devinder Tour. We have been working last 20 years, hard working. Rajan Sani, my sister, she's working hard. We have differences, we had differences, we will be differences. She's working hard. Thank you so much, Rajan. I really appreciated that. When I was running nomination against her, and I did not, and then second day I went to her and I supported her. So we have to follow those things that we need to follow that. Anyways, this is non-political event for the organization. I don't want to get into that. German Nixon Community Minister, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. You are doing a wonderful job. Brother Boy Emery, you have made us proud. You know that. You know that. Thank you so much. Now you have got many people. You are one of our mentors. I don't want to forget Brother Rashid, Brother Salim. These are the guys. In fact, they brought us here where I am standing at this point, to be very honest. Thank you so much for I cannot take each and everybody's name. Please forgive me. Please God forgive me, Shah Sahib. There are many of all of them are my friends, and honestly, I can take each and every one of your name because I know you, but we do not have time. No, I know that. He's champion of the champion. You know what? I honestly tell you one thing. Look at that. He's on my last page. Okay, there are all of them on this page, and he's on the last page. So it means that he's last but not the least, Mickey. We were very happy. Madam Premier, thank you so much. Officially thanking you on behalf of my community, myself, to put him on that important post. I have 6 children. I have children with disabilities. I know, I understand that how important this ministry is, and you are working great, you're working hard. All of you guys, hats off to you. The public life is the most difficult life anyone can even ever imagine. But one thing I want to tell you of security and everybody. This is one of the best audience. Look at the pin drop silent. This will be maintained for another 15, 20 minutes. I know that you don't want to listen to me anymore. I know that. I do not want to go into much detail to talk about Premier because everybody knows that who Premier is. I will just request Madam Premier Daniel Smith to come on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, give a huge round of applause for our Premier Daniel Smith and give her the standing ovation, please. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. I must tell you, I don't think he was kidding when it was said earlier that the women are taking over. Because every time I've gone to an event that Tariq's put together, there have always been very strong women who have been wonderful advocates for your community. I must say, one of the round tables we had, right? We had round table where we talked about for business and economic issues, and then it was, okay, let's bring the women in, and Seema was there at the time to tell me of some of the issues in the community. And so I'm delighted to be here to help you launch your Canada Maple Foundation, because I think that the work you're doing is so needed, it's so tremendous. And I must tell you, this stigma of having troubles in families, it's across the board. It's not just in your community, it's in every community. And I think that's what we're trying to do, is to make sure people feel supported, because once you feel support, you can reach out and you can get help. I must say the other thing too is that I've so valued the work of the different cultural communities in not only helping to build out Alberta, but in also making sure that you create this safety net for the people in your community. It's when you have strong families and you've got community associations, you've got the ability to, I think, provide a social network and safety net that is going to be really helpful as we get through some of the troubles that we've had over the last 2.5 years. And I'm very optimistic about that. I must also say, you have such a great crew of MLAs and ministers who are representing your communities. With Rajan Sani, who is she's our trade, immigration, and multiculturalism minister. I mentioned at an earlier event that she was at with us that she's looking at ways that we can reach out into our various cultural communities so that we can also develop new streams to bring people into Alberta directly. A lot of what happens when people find their way to Alberta, they come here by way of Toronto or Vancouver. And so part of what her job is going to be is to work with communities to find out how we can do that directly. She's doing that hand in glove with Devinder Tour, who's our multiculturalism parliamentary secretary. We had a tough conversation at the previous event where people who were at the event talked about some of the harm that has been caused in their communities, vandalism and being targeted. And we want to make sure that Alberta is the most welcoming place on the planet. And so if you have any issues like that, please make sure you contact Devinder so that we can address them. Jeremy Nixon, who is our Seniors Community and Social Supports Minister, is carrying on the great work that Rajan Sani had done for a couple of years and making sure that we have those connections to the community. It sounds like one of the big roles of the Maple Foundation is going to be to create the connection with other existing organizations so that we can make sure that you get the support that you have. So please reach out to Minister Nixon to do that. And I know Mohammed Yassin is not here today, but he was, I think, our first Muslim associate minister appointed. He is now still in a parliamentary secretary role, doing outreach. And yeah, of course, Mo Amory, who was in the legislature at the same time I was. We weren't on the same team at that time, but we're on the same team now, Mo. And I'm so delighted that you encouraged your son to run for office. He's our Children's Services Minister. And he has done just tremendous work in helping to make sure that we have accessible childcare for those who need it. And he's got a lot of work ahead of him, because it's a very, very difficult portfolio. You talked about some of the hardships in families. Minister Amory is going to deal with a lot of those hardships. There's some very, very hard stories of domestic violence and some of the supports that our women and children need in many households. So he's going to be doing some work there as well. So if you need to have some assistance, you can reach out to him. I wish we had Minister Luan here as well. He's our Minister of Culture, and he always has lots of community grants that are available to access. So it sounds like you're probably going to need some of those. So make sure that you invite Minister Luan out at some point as well. But I'm just here to let you know that I support your community, and I love the fact that we have created such a diverse society in Alberta, one where we share the common foundations of faith and family and community, support for free enterprise, and then philanthropy and reaching out to make sure that we all give back. I think that those are just fundamentally conservative values, and so I'm so pleased that you're here to be able to support us. I know it's not supposed to be a political event, but there are a few conservatives in the room, I think, based on some of the feedback that I had as I've been talking to people. I should also mention that what you'll see us focus on a lot over the next little while is making sure that we can support the healthcare system and reform the healthcare system so it's there for you when you need it. The last event that I went to, there were many, many people who have medical workers in their family. I'm assuming that there's a few doctors and nurses and others in the medical profession here. Thank you for the work you do. It has not been an easy couple of years, but help is on the way. We're going to make it easier. And we're also going to make sure that you have some confidence that if something goes wrong, if you need access to the health system, that it is there for you. That's part of the reason why we're doing the reforms, and it's a #1 priority for me and for my caucus. In addition, we also heard loud and clear about some of the affordability issues that are taking place in the community, particularly among our seniors. They've got additional expenses from pharmaceuticals and drugs. We've got large families. When you've got teenagers in the family, the food bill keeps on going up. We know that as we're getting into this winter season, the cost of power and heating, anyone who's in the taxi business or driving truck has to deal and contend with gasoline and diesel prices, insurance costs. We know that all of these are pressures. But I think that Alberta is really best situated to be able to manage this better than anyone else. We've got a growing economy, more jobs being created here from international companies. We've got investment in the tech sector. We've got oil and gas industry that is recovering. We've got a positive outlook for consumer confidence. We've got people moving here from all over. We've got a record number of people moving to Alberta. And I think it's because of everything that we're creating here and making sure that we've got welcoming communities so that no matter where somebody comes from, they've got the support that they need to be able to thrive. So I think there's nothing but we know we do have to address some of those affordability issues for those of our most vulnerable citizens. And I've been delighted that my caucus and the ministers have done such terrific work on, we've only been under my leadership for about 2.5 months now, but they've done an amazing job of moving some of those items forward. So I'm here to support you, to get feedback from you. I don't want to go on too long, and I hope I'll be able to talk with you one-on-one. But I think that the kind of group that you've built here, the kind of society and foundation that you've built here, is going to connect very well with the work that we're doing in government, and we want to make sure that you're supported so you can support your communities also. So thank you so much for having me out here today.
Thank you so much, Madam Premier. Thank you so much appreciated that. We were expecting another hour, but promise next time when you come, because our people, they love to speak. So you need to give us at least 1 hour, 2 hours. So let them speak, because our people love to speak. I don't know how I will handle them later on, my brothers. I have to acknowledge few people. I saw that Jaberia Amar, President of Pakistan Cultural Association, PCCA, she is here. I can see that Zabar Chima Saab, Vice President, Pakistan Canada Association, Rana Satpur Saab, Secretary General, Dr. Jag Anand, also Ali Rakha, Talib and Imtiaz Saab from Zinar Foundation, Rauf Qadri from Arc International. I can see that Sarfraz Shah Saab, he's President of Seniors Association. And I was thinking actually, Madam Premier, that Happy Man is going to speak. I don't know, voluntarily left it. We actually left a spot for him, but not anymore, because he has voluntarily left that. We left that. So that's what I did not say his name. Happy Man, we have known each other for the last 24 years. His friend, his brother, and not just me. You ask anybody in this podium, he knows everybody. Happy Man, thank you so much for your hard work, and keep doing that, and remember that we need to deliver this time. This time or never. If we would not deliver during the Premier's, Madam Premier Danielle Smith's leadership, we will never be able to do it. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. So back to you.
Thank you very much. This has been incredible. So, I can hear the kitchen pots, and the meal smells really good as well. It's almost ready. So we're gonna just do one ceremony, which is the ribbon cutting ceremony. We'll just do it right here, and then we will get lunch all sorted. But before we wrap up, I wanted to thank you very, very much for joining us today for the inaugural event of Canada Maple Foundation. We're so grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the beginning of this new chapter with you. And we hope that you enjoyed the program. We would also like to express our deepest gratitude to all the volunteers. You've put in some hard hours. Thank you so much. I know it's holiday season, so really appreciate that, volunteers. And the media team, the coordination team, you guys are total rock stars. Also the sponsors, including Rabinder Gill, Khurram Ahmed, and Chaudhry Rashid, who have made this event possible. And of course, the Premier of Alberta, Honorable Danielle Smith. Your support and your generosity have been invaluable, and we really could not have done this without you. Before we conclude, now is the time for a formal tape cutting ceremony to mark the official launch of Canada Maple Foundation. Please join us in celebrating that. And after the ceremony, we will invite everyone to enjoy a delicious lunch. It's going to be on the left side in the back of the room there. Soon we'll see some trolleys rolling in with warm food, so keep an eye out for that. And really, thank you very much for making it on a weekday. We want to take this opportunity to take a break, enjoy a meal, and have further conversations with others in the community. And finally, when lunch is being served, we will invite all directors to make their way to the stage for a group photo. And then we'll keep this very low-key. Thank you very much for joining us on this special day, and we look forward to continuing to serve the community and make a positive impact.
Okay, so can we just wait? Can we ask all the directors to come? Azia, Saima, here, and so tell us when you're ready to debate. Tell us. When you're ready, tell us that.
Ready to go on.
Ready to go?
Countdown on 3. 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Go.
Well done, Abdul. You actually dodged it.
We're just gonna do that right now.
Can we just finish the program first?
Okay, so the Premier will be giving all directors a shield for Canada Maple Foundation.
She will give us, or we will give it to her.
There we go. Thank you.
Yo, hold up. I'll hold it up, I'll pick it up.
Now we will give the shield to Premier from on behalf of the association.